Hey guys, it's Jason doing another duel for you guys. I haven't done one in a while, but this one is a Poseidra deck. So now with the new Poseidra card out, what do you call it, the baby version of Poseidra, you're able to get them out pretty easily, and basically it becomes, I made some kind of beatdown deck. Not exactly what I should call this deck, not exactly what I should call this deck, but it does use the Atlantean engine, and with Tidal, so it's basically a big combined deck, so I'm just going to call it Poseidra Beatdown. So I'm not exactly sure what it is, and we're facing a Naturia lockdown deck, which I actually haven't faced before, so it's pretty interesting. So first turn, it's my turn first, so I start off with Surface and Heavy Storm. I'm going into main phase 1, I play Deep Sea Diva. Now this is how you get Poseidra out pretty quickly. What do you call it? You use Deep Sea Diva to search out, you actually would search out the baby Atlantean, but this time I actually went for Atlantean heavy infantry, so I can use the extra effect to summon another monster. So I went defensive first instead of going for Poseidra, but I'll show you how to get Poseidra in this one near the end of the duel. So I go for Gachi Gengetsu, because that's pretty much my only defense. This deck is not really that defensive. It doesn't have that much defense, so if any OTK builds, etc., Gachi is the only thing that may stop you from dying from OTK. So he plays Hope for Escape face down. I'm not exactly sure why he uses that, since I don't know this deck that well. He uses Gale Dorgra, so I see this card, I know what it does, and I'm like, really? He's using this? So he pays actually, and then I figure out, oh, this is what the lockdown is. So he's going to pay 3,000 twice to summon, to discard both his, Naturia Synchros, and use Miracle Synchro Fusion, which will allow him to fusion out for his Natura Extra Row. I'm so bad at names. So what this actually does, for those of you who don't know, is it basically, when this card is face up on the field, neither you can negate the activation of spell and trap cards and destroy it by removing from play one card in your graveyard, then sending the top card of your deck to the graveyard, which means he basically can do this unlimited times because he keeps sending out his deck to the graveyard. So I was kind of like, oh crap, because I basically use spells. Spells are a key point in this deck if you don't get out Poseidra really quick. So not being able to use spells was pretty annoying. So he's going to attack my Dragoons, they're going to die. And then we go into end phase. So I'm trying to figure out, what do I do since I'm in a lockdown now because of that Naturia. So I draw into More Ray of Greed, which was a terrible, terrible draw right now. Absolutely what I did not want. So during this main phase, I don't think I do. Yeah, I just pretty much pass. There's nothing I can do. Then he draws into another Naturia Bamboo Shot, which is really OP. Like, when I saw this card, I was like, really? You can't activate spells and traps? So now that he has super low life points, he chains into Hope for Escape. Minus 1,000, he's able to draw 3 cards, some more Naturias. And I'm like, oh man, I'm in a really bad position right now because he's got a huge hand advantage. And he tributes his Gale for a Naturia Bamboo Shot. So now not only can he negate all spell and trap cards, I can't even play spell and trap cards. So it's like, oh my goodness. So this is a complete lockdown right now. He's actually going to attack my Gachi, I think, once, because he can only attack it once. Let me see. Make sure. So I discard to, of course, keep him alive. So I'm trying to figure out what can I possibly do here. Like, there's nothing I can do. So I draw into an Atlantean Marksman. So there's not much I can do with that, I don't think. But I do use Tidal. So now this is where Tidal comes in. So Tidal for this deck is basically another, I guess, sort of defense, since you don't, if you can't get Poseidra out, which is a 2800 beater, you'll have to use Tidal to get over anything super OP. So I lucked out here because I used Tidal, and I get the, the 1 stack from Gachi. So now Tidal has 2800 effect. So I think I got pretty damn lucky here. So I bump his, I bump his Naturia Beast guy with my Tidals, destroying both of them. So I got really lucky there. So next turn, I'm expecting he won't be able to do that again, because that was a pretty crazy play. I still don't know the deck, of course, so I'm just guessing that hopefully he won't get out another one of those Naturia's Exterio. So he goes for Naturia Cosbeat, and he synchros for Naturia Landroids. Now, if he actually kept the Bamboo Shot guy there, that probably would have helped out more than, than this. He probably would have won if he did not synchro summon early. So this card, I actually have this card, I think. You can send 1 spell card from your hand or to the graveyard to negate the effect of an effect monster and destroy effect monster. So basically he got mad at my Gachi, I guess, and he wanted to get rid of it. So he's going to attack the Gachi, and then I'm pretty sure, oh no, he actually didn't use it this time, so he didn't use the effect. So now this is my lucky day, since he synchroed and got rid of the Natura Bamboo Shot, but he still has one of his hand, so he still has one that I still had to watch out for. So I play Surface. Now, this deck abuses Deep Sea Diva. Now, the whole point of this deck is to abuse the living crap out of Deep Sea Diva. So, I use this on, heavy infantry. So, I don't have a Deep Sea Diva. I think it got removed. Let me see. No, actually, I didn't get to use it yet. But normally, if there was one in my graveyard, I would actually be able to get Deep Sea Diva back from the grave, so that would be pretty awesome. So I use Heavy Antlion Infantry's effect, and then I use Deep Sea Diva. He uses Natural Landrois, to negate the effect of Diva, I think, yeah. So he negates Diva, so I'm in another tight spot once again. So I use Tidal for the second time, so I remove my Diva, which is not usually the greatest thing, but I need to get rid of this Naturia Landrois in order to get Poseidra out. So I use Tidal to destroy his Naturia Landrois, leaving him at 750 life points. We go on to the next turn, and he draws into another Cosmo Beat. So this time he plays Naturia Cherries face down. So my Tidal goes back to my hand due to its effect. And then we draw into Poseidra, and I'm like, dang, I can't do anything with this card. You know, that is a dead draw, so what I'm actually able to do is I use Moray of Greed, so at least it was 2 water monsters. So I shuffle back and draw 3, and then I play, Stream. I play Stream face up and attack, because there's nothing I can do with it. And I need to keep on the offensive, but then again, I figure out, hey, Naturia Cherries, so I could have won if it was anything but Naturia Cherries and had 200 defense. So he's going to play 2 Naturias face down. I actually like that card. I use that card actually in the E-Dragon deck I use, my Synchro E-Dragons. That card is pretty awesome in that deck. So I use the Stream Water Incarnate to attack one of the cherries, so I gotta get rid of the cherries, but now this leaves me open for attack. So I place down Compulse and Bottomless, which I didn't place down for quite some time because I couldn't use them. So now I can finally use these 2 cards. So we go into end phase, draw phase. He draws into his field spell, which if he negates the activation of a card I control, he can summon another Naturia. So that kind of sucks, but I don't think he gets anything off. So he uses Naturia Bamboo Shot again. Oh, I'm like, no. Why? So he attacks, big mistake actually. This is a big mistake by him, but he could have really known about it. So he attacks Ganchu Gatsu to destroy it quickly and to do massive damage to my life points, but that was a huge mistake as I draw into another stream, which helped me. It was basically a godsend. So I exceed for 4 for I think the only exceed monster in my deck, the Laval Chain. So what do I use? I of course go for Deep Sea Diva. So that's going to help me out a lot. So end phase is going to skip around. He gets Book of Moon. And what does he do here? He attacks my Laval Chain, of course. I can't chain anything due to the bamboo effect. So Laval Chain goes bye-bye, but that doesn't matter. Now, I'm not sure why he didn't play Book of Moon face down. That was I don't know if that was a misplay or why he didn't play it. So I draw into Deep Sea Diva. I'm going to use Deep Sea Diva. Now, I'm not sure if this is a bug on Dev Pro, but for some reason it used the anti-heavy effect. I'm not sure if that was supposed to go off. But anyway, I normal summon the Deep Sea Diva. And this is where Poseidra comes in. So he also summons Naturia Cosmo Beats in attack mode. Or actually in defense mode, because that's its special effect. When I normal summon a set of monsters, you can special summon that. And we go for the baby. So you can see how easy I get the baby out. And now I can use baby Poseidra to tribute Deep Sea Diva and easily get Poseidra out on the field. So that's how easy it is. Basically, once you have Deep Sea Diva, if Deep Sea Diva is not negated, Poseidra comes out pretty quickly. And then the baby's effect activates where all monsters your opponent controls lose 300 attack, which wouldn't have really mattered in this duel, but they lose 300 attack and I swing for game with Poseidra. So thanks for watching this duel. If you guys enjoyed this duel, subscribe for more. I'm trying to get better at my commentaries during the duel because I don't know a lot of decks. I did get into Yu-Gi-Oh last year, but I only play for fun with my brother and stuff. So I haven't been to locals and all that crap, so I don't know everything. But I try my best. So thanks for watching. See you.